Danielle Parry with that report. The quest for love has taken many forms over the years, from the professional matchmaker to the Lonely Hearts column. But now it's entered the computer age. More and more Australians are looking for and finding love online. A scheme once viewed as only for the desperate is becoming a socially acceptable multi-million-dollar business.
For us, the wedding day was perfect. We hired a hotel in the city, had the penthouse for 3 days. We had 40 people come up and celebrate with us.
The bride looked gorgeous.
Oh, of course.
She did look gorgeous.
It was fantastic. For us, it was perfect. It was just what we wanted.
Linda Rankins and Jeremy Tyson got married last November, 18 months after their first encounter. So when people ask how you met, what do you tell them?
Online. We actually go online, where else?
I think amongst our friends we've probably got, 3 or 4 marriages. There's got to be 3 or 4 different kids as well, and people living together and moving in. So, yeah.
That all met online?
All met online.
Online dating was once seen as a last-ditch enterprise for the desperate, but not anymore. Finding love at the click of a mouse has become popular and profitable.
The online dating industry has gone from effectively zero about 10 or 15 years ago to about $90 million last year, and we expect it to go to about $100 million in 2009-10, and this is just purely from organic growth.
Industry analyst Edward Butler says not only are more and more people searching for their soulmate via cyberspace, but the participants are of all ages.
It used to be the domain of younger people primarily, but as the stigma's moved away from online dating and online interaction, older people are definitely moving on. There is certainly a large market for widows, widowers, divorcees.
There's Christian online dating sites, there's vegan online dating sites, there's emo goths ones, there's any kind of interest you can think of.
Australia's largest online dating site, RSVP, boasts 1.6 million members. Its revenues are expected to exceed $20 million this year. A recent Nielsen study found that in the last 12 months, 15% of adults who form serious relationships met online.
On RSVP, we're getting about 40 stories a week of people taking themselves off the site and getting into a relationship, and we're up to about 8,000 marriages now.
RSVP was acquired by Fairfax Media in 2007. Channel 10 owns 40% of another big online player, Oasis Active, which offers advertising-based free entry.
One of the reasons that Channel 10 and Fairfax were probably so keen to buy into these companies was the fact that they have a big database of personal information. One of the key online information trends we've seen over the past decade is that the value in a lot of sites like Facebook or MySpace is actually the people that are signed up rather than the actual ability to market directly to them via these sites.
What would you have thought of online dating in the past?
Oh, I would have just thought that someone was desperate and lonely to go online. I mean, I would have never thought that that would be me.
Merrin Doyle met her match years ago, but for the PR consultant and mother of 2, it was suddenly game over. She found herself in a place she never expected or wanted to be. 40-something and single.
Well done! My husband had just left me for a younger woman, and I had been terribly upset by that and, spent 2 months crying myself to sleep every night. I just decided to go online. So I registered at midnight, and then by 9 a.m. the next morning I had 13 hits, or kisses as they're called. So I just suddenly thought, yay, I think this is a good idea.
Why is the stigma going now? Well, I think the stigma's going now because the way we relate to each other is changing, and the way we communicate via text, the way we communicate via email, all these things are changing the way we even understand that we relate to each other on an everyday level.
Australian social psychologist Monica Whitty travelled to the UK to further her research into online dating. She says that while the end result may be the same, there are a number of ways in which online dating is different to the traditional form.
When we meet offline, it is this gradual self-disclosure. And what happens is there is breadth and depth to how much you self-disclose to someone. But if you're creating an online dating profile, it's a static profile. You see it and you read it, so that it's kind of like this idea that I've got the story now, and do I want that person?
It's a far cry from the days when couples met at the local dance, at work or through friends. Monica Whitty says her research shows that online dating can turn people into commodities and remove the romance from the dating game. But Linda Rankins disagrees.
I actually like that you get a snapshot of this person. You know what they look like. You know what their beliefs are. I don't think it takes the romance out of it all. I think it actually cuts a lot of the
uncertainties, I guess.
Yeah.
For Merrin Doyle, the online dating game has certainly been a source of some surprises. It seems people aren't always honest about their age or intentions.
One coffee date I went on, he held my hands across the table and he said to me, "I think you need a lover and I think it should be me. Can I book us a hotel room right now?"
And just as the dating game in the real world has its risks and disappointments, so does looking for love online. The Australian Competition and Consumer Commission has reported a 30% increase in the number of people reporting online dating scams.
There's always going to be a risk with this kind of thing because you aren't interacting directly with someone to begin with. The industry has worked very, very hard to remove the stigma of being online and try and create a safe and comfortable environment for people as possible. But the fact is there is still the potential for fraud.
But for thousands of Australians, online dating is proving an effective way to meet new people and perhaps find the one.
I could be at home a bitter and twisted soul, but instead I'm just having a whole lot of fun dating and meeting a whole lot of different new fun people and trying to find someone to be my new life partner. Who knows?
I've found a beautiful partner and a beautiful wife. So yeah, I'm very happy with online dating and happy to tell the world about online dating.